Hi, I'm Glenda and this is Basil and I'm trying to film a craft video for you. Come on Basil, time for you to go. Let's try that again, shall we? I'm Glenda Waterworth from Elusive Images and today I'm going to show you how to make this diorama, which is a slightly different approach to card making, but it gives a lovely 3D effect because it's got several layers in it. So we're going to start with the background, and for that you'll need a piece of A5 white card. And you start with the unicorn, so we're going to ink the unicorn up with Stays On, a stone grey colour. Make sure you've got plenty of ink on the stamp itself, and stamp it just very slightly off centre, about there. And there you've got your stamped unicorn. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to colour that in using a mixture of pens and pencils. And I'm going to start just by giving it a little bit of shading with a very, very light grey pen. So I'm just going to add a little touch along the bottom, along the sides of the legs, like that. And a little bit under the chin. And again on the legs here. And then I'm going to take a coloured pencil, and I've got a very pale, I've got a grey and a silvery grey here, and I'm just going to go over that and just add a light bit of shading. Very, very light touch with the pencil and just fade it out. So you don't need very much at all. You can even just blend it in with your fingers a little bit as well. You can just see that starting to build up the shading there, and you've got a little bit of definition to the actual unicorn. I'm going to add a bit more shading to the area under the mane, and I'm going to use the darker grey for that. So just getting into the pieces where the mane is. So firstly with the dark grey, and then fade it out with the lighter silvery grey. And again, just rub over that a little. And then I'm just going to add a touch of colour. It's a very pale lavender colour on the actual mane itself, and this is the sort of thing little girls like to colour the mane, usually in a bit of a stronger shade of pink than this. And again the tail, will just give that a little bit of colour. Now I've not been too precise with that because the next stage is actually going to blend everything together. What we're going to do now is actually emboss the design with a clear embossing powder, and to do that we colour the whole thing with a Versamark pen, and the Versamark pen itself actually helps to blend those colours together a little. Before I start embossing the design, I'm going to get the embossing powder ready. I've got a little spoon here just to spoon it on, and got it in my tub there. so that when I finish colouring the design it's ready to just emboss straight away. So I'm going to start with the body with the lighter part and just cover the whole thing with the pen. The Versamark pen has got two different nibs, so if you're more comfortable you can use the harder bullet tip nib, which is probably better for fine areas. And then let's get that in the embossing powder. So just cover the image with embossing powder, tap off any excess, and then we'll heat that to emboss.